Hello, this is Sealchan. Oh, that's my face. And this is episode 1 of my Vanilla Plus Minecraft 1.18 progressive Let's Play. And as the music starts up, why don't we just go ahead and take a little walk around the area that I spawned in. Well, it seems the music is just a very brief interlude, so when I go ahead and start talking again. This is kind of a reboot of my Minecraft Bedrock series. In that series, things are going really well, but I got frustrated with the problems having my game running on realms with mobs disappearing. My passive mob farms weren't working as expected, so I wasn't able to progress in the way that I had hoped I could. So I thought it over and decided to go ahead and restart. So now we're in a Minecraft Java edition. This is version 1.18, so we're starting off with the latest Caves and Cliffs updates, and it's also my progressive Let's Play. It will be fairly similar to the Bedrock series, but I'm playing alone, and I've refined my technique a little bit. And this is also running in concurrently with my Infinity Evolved progressive Let's Play. Let's see, and I've spoken to all the beating things in that other series, but I should probably also say the same here. So I spawned in the world, actually spawned over there in those sakura trees. I don't recall the name. Let's see if I can find it here. It looks like, oh, Cherry Blossom Grove. Okay, so those are the cherry blossom trees and the biome created by Biomes of Plenty, which is a mod that I've added. This is a Vanilla Plus series, so it's mostly about the vanilla game. But I did, since they're in Java, I couldn't resist adding some mods. Biomes of Plenty is the first, and up in the upper right corner you see the journey map mod is also installed, giving me with the J key a great overview of all the area that I've wandered around. So let's get to bed here. The fact that I have a bed is, as with the other series, the result of a single cheat that I allowed myself at the beginning. I gave myself a bed so that I could freely wander around the landscape to figure out where I wanted to start my mega build of a home base, and allow me to sleep through the night, just skipping the terror of survival at the very beginning for the most part. So I wandered around the Cherry Blossom Grove and decided to go ahead and expand that through this region called the Clover Patch, which, if we hit F3, Let's see here, where is that? Oh, it's still a biomes of plenty. Excuse me, biomes of plenty biome. When I wander into one, I'll show you what the other mod is that adds new biomes. So we're going to have a very beautiful landscape to play in here with all of these great additions. Actually very few, but just enough to flesh out more of the landscape, the wildlife, and even some structures. So as usual, each episode is going to cover one round of play, and this is the first round. And each of the tasks that I perform in the round is assigned to a profession. So in the nature of a light role play, let me tell you what I've done. First off, of course, the explorer looked for a place to build our first base camp, which is what this is. And yeah, we started here. I kind of progressed in a clockwise fashion around the Clover Patch. Here the terrain becomes extremely mountainous. I mean, this is very high. Let's see if I can find... why is the Y level not changing? We may be having some difficulties with journey map. I've noticed some odd behavior. Might need to make sure I've got all the updates. But yeah, so this is all pretty new stuff. The only mods available in 1.18 are those whose mod authors are very aggressive about getting up to date. Yeah, you can't quite see it, but over here are some very tall mountains. I'm sure we'll get around to looking at that. So the biomes and the landscape have been separated. I believe that's the one part of the 1.18 update. So yeah, so the explorer, we wandered around. We liked this area because where that tree is a cavern entrance. We have plenty of flat area. I wanted to be near a natural source of water, in part for farming. So we do have, you know, fairly flat farmland here. Looks pretty nice across the way, but I think I'll probably stick to this side. We could probably do farms through here, groves, wildlife, or rather passive mobs. There is wildlife as well, but we can do all that farming on the surface here. Perhaps I'm not sure whether I want to go underground for workshops and whatnot. I may just go ahead and spread across the surface of the land. I think in my other series I'm going to use a ravine. There is a huge kind of ravine area here, but with 1.18 it's a little more tricky. These are not really ravines, but rather these are gaping holes in the ground, which are pretty epic, but present new challenges for how you might want to go and progressively build around those. But perhaps that's something we should really look at. I do expect that over the course of time, even though we're way over here, we could not too much difficulty spread out across here so that our home base is just going to take up this whole area. Over here is a redwood forest, so that'll be great to get some of that wood. These trees are beautiful as well. So we've got, you know, a great spot here. We've got this river and obviously some ocean out here, and yeah, it's a great location. Haven't spied a village yet, but not to worry, we don't need to rush into working with the village. So yeah, so anyway, explorer, and that's some of the terrain around here. Of course, the next thing is that the digger in search of soil is also going to very usefully create this dirt fort. It's our base camp. So you can see I've kind of cut through here digging up a block, putting it on the inside, going around and repeating. Now you have a 2-block high wall which blocks most mobs. On the inside I did a step down on 2 levels so that we are not very visible anywhere, and since we're at the top of this hill, just sitting in here gives you a lot of protection from mobs zeroing in on you. The dimensions of this are 5 by 5 in the middle, 7 by 7 at the step, and the wall is a 9 by 9. So the trench is 11 by 11. Interestingly, with this Biomes of Plenty plant, the huge clover petal, it does present a barrier. You can't walk through this like you can the clover. You can walk right through that. This you have to jump on top of, and it gives you a little window. I thought I would just go ahead and leave that, see what that would give us, if anything. I assume it's going to require shears to pick that up. It doesn't really say on my tooltip here, but yeah, maybe I need another mod, or maybe they haven't come out with the update to give me the heads-up display information on that. You can always look it up in the wiki, which I probably will. And yeah, so this is my dirt fort, my base camp. I put my bed down here, and this is where we're going to start what will eventually become a mega build of a very functional and hopefully nicely architected kind of home base village complex. So that's pretty much what I did in the world in the first round, and of course I've got research that I've done, so I've laid the groundwork for my next round of play, which I will figure out and play and then report back to you all. So in any case, I think that's all we need to talk about at this point. Again, this is Sealchan. I hope you will enjoy this series, and we'll see everything that 1.18 has to offer as we progress through a epic game of Minecraft. So, hope to see you in the next video.